So every once in a while, we're coming across a score challenge that we need to choose some bubblegum, be it 1, 3, or 5 even, right? But it can be frustrating at times visiting places you know to have bubblegum only for them not to spawn. So I figure the more locations we know about that bubblegum can spawn, the easier it should be for us to grab the bubblegum when this time comes. So here are all the places that I've been able to find. So here's an interesting one to start off. It's just east of the Fairgrounds. You have to come to this exact point on the map. And when you do, it looks like a nice little birthday party has been set up here. There's some balloons, and in amongst the balloons, the first thing you'll probably come across, if it spawns here for you, are the evil gumdrops. Now, why are these evil? They're evil because they don't count towards the bubblegum challenge. And just over here then on the plate, if this spawn has been successful for you, you will have some bubblegum. So this is the first one. If it's not there, I think the chances are you'll be good to reload the server again. I don't think someone's taken it from you. All right, next on our list is Clarksburg. This one I think is well known. So it's a possibility that you visit this location, you check for bubblegum, it's not there, there's a good chance, especially if the challenge is up, that someone else has been there before you and taken it. But you normally find it inside the hardware store in the cubby hole right here. In fact, you know, on days where the challenge isn't up, it's always good to visit some of these locations and stock up on bubblegum. You have New River Gorge Resort down here. I don't think this one is too well known. I know it's out there. I came across it on a forum, but it was a very old post. So we're going to go into the main building here, and we're just going to come around the back, and there's an Edatronic. Now you need to open the Edatronic first before you can grab the bubblegum. That's the issue I'm having here. I figured it out, clever boy, and there we go. Next on our list is the lumberyard in the, I guess, the northwest of the map. And when you head to the lumberyard, this was a fun one to try and find. So we got to get in first. So come around the usual way that you do. The gate is open for me here. If it's not for you, you can just slam on that red button and the gate will open. And we're just going to look up here. Do you see where that like pickup is? That's where we want to be headed. I'm just going to hop over here. You could come up these stairs here if you didn't have marsupial. And we're just going to start climbing. Climb. Take a right up this set of stairs, up the next. We have one more set to climb. And over here by the umbrella, there's a good chance that you'll find some bubblegum. Another location I came across was the abandoned mine shaft. Now, this is short and sweet to find if it's there. We're just kind of going to load in, up the steps, hang a left and into this building that says use your head, or has a sign that says use your head. And they have an Edatronic here as well. And inside they have some bubblegum. So we're starting to build up a collection here pretty quickly. Bastion Park is a nice, easy one. In terms of locating that bubblegum, and if it's not there, and if you need to server hop because you really want this one from spawn every time you load back into the server, it's just a quick jog down here to the first table, and it should be in this little blue container. Pop. Next on our list is Flatwoods. There's multiple locations in Flatwoods. The first I'm going to look at is my location on the map. It's south of Flatwoods. I'm heading towards this RedRocket store. Just going to kill anything that's around. That's my rule. And then inside the store, we're going to go behind the counter, and there should be some bubblegum here. There's the bubblegum. Now, staying with Flatwoods, this time instead of going south, I'm just fast traveling to Flatwoods. And once we spawn in, we're just going to hang a left immediately here. You'll pass this little van type thing here. Just keep following this down and around as I do when you come across this building. It's got a meeting hall sign outside. I think this was an old funeral home or funeral parlour, something along those lines. Inside we go, and by the Remember Them board, chances are you should find, alongside a stuffed grizzly, some bubblegum. Now, just outside of the funeral parlour that you've just been in, putting the door to your left, just head in a straight line and hop up over here until you're on the road. Proceed right down the road until you come across this house here. It's got tyres outside by the steps. Climb up, and between these two chairs, a good chance you'll find some bubblegum. Next on our list is the giant teapot. So if you're looking at the teapot with RedRocket to your left, then on your right should be the gift shop. So look at the teapot, put RedRocket to your left, and that means on the right there should be a gift store. And if you head into the gift store on these here scales, you should find yourself some bubblegum. Next up is Camp McClintock. I've heard that there's 2 different bubblegum spawn locations in here. Now, try as I might, over multiple server hops, I've only ever been able to produce 1. So that's the one I'm going to show you. I've not found a second one. And that's the one right over here. Ching ching! Next on our list is Camden Park. So another park, so to speak. This one's very accessible. As soon as we spawn in, we're going to head inside a bus, but not the bus near the spawn when you spawn in. Instead, the other bus inside of the car park. So we're just going to pop in here, turn left when you go in the door, and beside the harmonica, there should be, if you're really lucky, some bubblegum. Morgantown High School is next. This is another one where I've read about 2 different spawn locations inside the high school. I've not had any of them work for me. Now, I must have server hopped here about 25 times trying to reproduce what people were saying or the location of where it was. But I couldn't get them to spawn. So the only reliable one that keeps showing for me is right here by these skeletons. Alright, next on our list, and this was a fun one to find, Monorail Elevator. I searched all over here, but eventually I found it. So, as soon as you spawn into the Monorail Elevator, you want to head towards the left. There's an elevator here on the left. We'll go for that. You know you're in the right one because the left elevator only allows you to go to floors 1 or 2. Those are the only options. If you're in the other elevator, it will give you options 1, 2, or 3. That way you know you're in the wrong elevator. So just follow the path when you get up there, make your way into the car, and we just got to keep our eye out for it here. It's going to be on the floor. It's not going to be in any box. Ah, there it is. I see it there already. Boop. Bubblegum. Now we're going to stay in this general area. I've just come south of the Thorn, right where I am on the map here, and I'm heading south towards the monorail track. And you see there's another car up there. Inside that car, well, wouldn't you know it, blow me down, there's a bubblegum spawn. So there's the potential chance of all the different spawns across all the map. Every time you load into a server, it decides, okay, we're going to put so many bubblegum in these random locations. So it may show up in one, or it may show up in the other, or maybe even both. But this is one of those potential locations. And I've had very good look up here. When I was initially doing these tests, I wouldn't pick them up. I would just keep server hopping and see if it appears, if it's not, if it appears, to see how consistently it showed. Berkeley Springs is next. It's another fun and interesting one to get. So as soon as you spawn into Berkeley Springs, you're looking at this, you see the RedRocket and you're thinking, RedRocket, right? Wrong. We're going to keep following the street down until we get to the traffic lights, which we're approaching now. We stop at the traffic lights, assume it's a red, and on the right hand side there's a pharmacy. Inside that pharmacy is a pretty good bubblegum location right here. This next one's a lot of fun. All the data suggested south of Mosstown there should be a Bubblegum spawn point here. I searched everywhere and I eventually came across this toilet, and I assumed if it was going to spawn anywhere, surely it would be in this toilet. And so over multiple server hops, praying that I was in the right spot, sure enough, Bubblegum spawned in the toilet. So there's another entertaining location for you. Then we have Dolly Sods Wilderness. Easy enough one to locate. It's another one of those behind the counter in a shop sort of thing. So head into Dolly Sods and hang a right for, we'll call this the gift shop, I guess. I think that's what it is. And behind the counter on the shelf to the right, Bubblegum. Next on our list, this one's well known, Pumpkin House. Although it's well known, I'm going to feature it anyway because I'd imagine there are some people who do not know it. So as soon as you come up the stairs to the Pumpkin House, there's this thingy bob here that has evil gumdrops and bubblegum inside, or a good chance of having bubblegum inside. But there's a second spawn location inside the house itself. So if you pop the door open, then on this table here with the pumpkin, there's a good chance of bubblegum on the table itself, or if not on the table, you should find it in the pumpkin. Sunnytop Ski Lanes is another place we came across some bubblegum. So you're just going to head in the main gate. Now it's not going to be as easy as that. Obviously there will be scorched or super mutants to fight your way through, but assuming you've done that like I have, then you head in and you head down the stairs to the basement level, and there should be an Edetronic here somewhere. There. There's an Edetronic in the basement, and inside the Edetronic, sure enough, there's some bubblegum. Alright, and last but not least, the most popular is the Fairgrounds. Everyone and their mother knows about the Fairgrounds. This is where, this is the most reliable for me until I actually had to start looking for them. So yeah, you head into the Fairgrounds and you kind of hold a straightish enough line that I'm doing here. You don't need to jump over things. And you come across this building. Looks like it could use a lot of work. You know, it's certainly been through its paces. You know you're in the right place because when you go inside, it's kind of got like a Halloween theme to it. Cool little bear there. And on the left, you see the table on the left, it's got 3 baskets, and underneath it, it's got a scorched. That scorched is going to explode and knock the baskets over. So we're just going to try and have a peek in them real quick before it does. So this first basket has got gumdrops and bubblegum. Then we've got more evil gumdrops and nothing in the third. Well, he's gone and exploded now. But we know what the inventory of the baskets were anyway. So we only came across 1 bubblegum there. I don't see any more flying out of the baskets. There was just that one. But still, it's bubblegum. If your challenge is to chew 1 bubblegum, you've just achieved it. If your challenge is to chew 3 bubblegum, 5 bubblegum, you've got a bit more work to do. Server hopping here won't work because you can only pick up from 1 location per 24 hours. So you're going to have to go to another location, thus the point of the video. Hopefully you found the video some bit useful. If you liked the video, please do hit the like button and like the video. While a small act to you, it means the world to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, consider a subscription. And until next time, take it easy. All the best.